The girls' soccer program in Milford has been continuing to gain momentum since joining the Hockomock League. As the team gets set to open their 2015 season, head coach Jay Mastaj and the Lady Hawks are anxious to take the next step forward.
Last year we ended up just missing out on the playoffs, and I think we were at 5-10-3, but we were in almost every one of the games that we ended up playing in. So, all in all, I was happy with the team's performance. I thought we could have done a little bit better. We ended up losing to a few teams, but then again, the Hockomock is the Hockomock, and it's probably one of the toughest leagues in the league. And although we were in every one of those games, we just didn't have enough depth to actually get us forward and moving in the right direction. And so some of the losses were pretty tough, but all in all, I was happy with how we had progressed from the year before. We had a young team last year, started a large number of freshmen on the team, started 5 freshmen. So this year we've kind of got a little bit of some depth. We also have some players with a substantial amount of varsity experience.
We definitely had some team chemistry issues, so we're already working on that this year because we had a lot of skill last year and potential, and so we were kind of upset that we didn't capitalize on that. So this year we're definitely taking advantage of all the talent we have and hopefully making playoffs this year.
With everybody and the experience that they've gained, and hopefully watching some of the teams in the league who are going to change their folks and their formations, I'm pretty optimistic about what we can bring to the table this year.
The defense for the Lady Hawks proved to be the greatest strength in 2014. Coach Mastaj will now look for other areas of the team to step it up once the season gets underway.
I think last year was all about seeing our defense mature. I think we still have some challenges in the back, but I think the area for this year is the midfield. And if we can kind of transition the ball from the defensive end up through the midfield and get it into the feet of our forwards, I think we have a pretty good opportunity to sit there and be very competitive across the league this year. But I think the midfield area is the area that I'm most concerned about. And last year I was most concerned about the defense, and that actually turned out to be one of the stalwarts. So, hopefully lightning strikes twice, and we're in good shape again.
This year I think our defense will be the strongest because it's the most experience coming from last year, while the midfield's still rebuilding, and we have 2 new strikers working together for the first time.
We have basically the same defense we did last year, so that's definitely a strength, and I think up top we definitely have experience too.
Just as the football team has been able to enjoy a stable coaching situation over the last 3 years, Coach Mastaj is entering his 3rd season with the girls' soccer program, and he is confident with the relationship he has built with the team.
Yeah, I think stabilization is the right word. I mean, I think, you kind of get a new coach and you're not sure what's going on. That person changes things up a little bit, puts you into positions you might not be used to, communicates with you in different ways, emphasizes different things on the team. And I think the girls now, are kind of, they know what to expect. And they kind of know what I'm looking for. They know where we're going. They know what we're trying to accomplish. So I think it's a lot easier for them to internalize. And then more importantly, it's easier for them to help, the kids who are coming up, and I think that starts to build that team unity and that consistency that you were talking about.
I had a different coach my freshman year. So the change my first year was a little bit challenging, but then after going into my junior year, it was a lot more, I want to say comfortable. Our team was more comfortable with him, and we definitely like the way he coaches.
He definitely teaches a lot of new things that we didn't know before, and he knows how to make our team work and keep the chemistry going on the field.
The team not only has a core of talented players returning from last year's roster, they also have several new faces joining the varsity squad, as well as players returning from injuries that will bring new energy to the field.
We have a new outside D, Sienna, and from what we saw yesterday, she's really stepping up and she knows where to be at the right time, which is really going to help our defense since it's really young still.
We actually have a couple returning players from injuries that weren't able to play last year or even the year before. There's a couple upperclassmen. There's actually a junior and senior. So it's good to have that leadership back with the age and bringing back experience, even if it's their 1st or 2nd year on varsity.
Most of the local media appears to be overlooking the Lady Hawks as a legitimate playoff contender, but Coach Mastaj believes this year's team has what it takes to prove the doubters wrong.
I think we're going to surprise a few people. I think that, there's always the perennial powerhouses, and, those are the teams that, the Olive Rameses and the Franklins and the North Attleboroughs. Those are the teams that are kind of there, year in, year out, that have a steady stream of talent that's kind of coming up through the youth leagues. And I think that, we're kind of building it. I think we kind of changed things around over the last couple of years. I think, people are starting to feel comfortable with what we're trying to accomplish on the field. We've made huge improvements in our skill level. And just as I said last year, I think we're going to surprise a lot of teams, right? And I think that I think they know one thing is that they need to come to play against us, right? It's not going to be a cakewalk, and I think that's important. I think we're going to be in every game, and I think if we get a little bit of luck along with our skills, this could be a pretty outstanding season.
Hey everybody, this is Tim Coette. Make sure you check out full episodes of the Milford Informer on Milford TV. New episodes air every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. and then re-air frequently over the course of the weekend. Milford TV can be found on Comcast Channel 8 and Verizon Channel 38. And if you live in the Milford area and have an idea for a news story, you can contact us at news@milfordtv.net.